think both of our players are back, so should be able to start soon.
Welcome, Starcraft 2 community. I'm First City, and you are watching another Gold Weekly tournament hosted by Team Bloodlust. With me today, I have a very consistent member, Sanor.
Hello, guys.
As my co-caster. You're actually the first member we ever got. Is that right?
I think that might be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Seem to remember signing up, and turns out only played you in the very first weekly, which wasn't really a weekly.
so semi-finals. Okay. Do you want to pick a number? So you know the system and all.
Should I just say it or?
Yeah, just say it so we have it on stream.
29.
29, okay.
Let's hope they're not watching the stream.
Well, it's a delay, so
Yeah.
I won't be able to. I'm watching the stream and we're not even there yet. 77. We have 29. Oh, this is equally fun each time. So, who shall we pick first? Huifo. What should we call him?
Well, how do you pronounce the first bit of his name? It's Whiffo?
Fuifo? He won't spell sheer anyways.
Just call him Whiffo.
Okay.
Just ignore the F. Let's just ignore the F.
Whiffo, yeah. He's making that name to annoy casters, I think. Okay. No, I'm always up there. I don't know why.
It's because you're hosting.
Oh, but I don't want to play today. It's not my tournament. Monari needs a second. Oh. Thank you, Brain, for reminding me to put on the music. I usually have it off because I have my own playlist when I play, so. It's supposed to that.
So we should start now.
Alright, heading into the first match in Belshir Vestige. Gonna have a Zerg versus Terran, or more referred to as a ZVT.
I'm very biased in this matchup, and as I'm a Zerg player, and I say Terran is OP, but other people will
Well,
disagree
it
with
tends
that.
to go that way. I mean, Protoss beats Terran, Terran beats Zerg, and Zerg beats Protoss. Or maybe just Protoss beats everything, I don't know.
Yeah, Wide Rays are OP.
Yeah, Void Race is pretty bad. They're not very good against Terran because you just
Yes.
make one Marine. You can kill 50 Void Rays with that.
So, do you
Yeah.
want to do introductions or?
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
one each.
Right.
You can start, since you're the guest.
Spawning in the purple trunks in the top left corner of Belcher Vestige, it's Monari.
Monari. And in the bottom right corner we have the Terran Fuifo. Fuifo. Okay, so do you have any expectations for the this map? I mean, you're in Diamond, so god damn, my voice.
Well,
God, is that even possible?
I don't know what's going to like. ZVT is very. Terran goes biomine and tries to get a reasonably fast third base,
Yeah,
and then just
this is
does
true.
a very, very long, slow push towards the Zerg's fourth and wins.
You know what? I laddered some today, and I met a Zerg that did Swarm Host against me while I went Bio and Hellbats and Mines and all that. And I eventually got owned because he just crushed map control, and I couldn't really drop him because he had like 3 Spore Crawlers in every single base. I had map control the first part of the game, but then I just ended up dying because he had infestors, so I couldn't approach anything because he just threw a billion fungals at me.
So Minari's going for very standard 15 hatch,
Yeah.
and probably follow up with a 16 pool. And
So what would you say as a Zerg player? What's the benefit of going 15 hatch instead of 13 hatch?
instead of 13,
Yeah, I mean some people go 13
Um,
hatch.
I don't. You get more drones out, so it's more economical, and it just allows you to keep up constant drone production.
Okay. So, but is it still safe?
Yeah, it's safe. It's probably better than going pool first against even an 11-11, because you get creep spread at your natural faster, so you can put the spine crawler down and you get your queen out faster, so it makes it easier to hold.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. I see a little bit of one-on-one action going on between this
So
SCV and drone.
Witto is going for his factory, so yeah.
He's going for a quick Widowmine drop though, maybe?
Either that or he's just in a minute gonna put down the reactor. There it is. Switch it over. The factory.
Could still be Widowmine though. You never know with these guys, but I agree. But one base Hellion isn't kind of the thing you want to do. If you go Hellions, you do that because you want to secure expansion.
Yeah, he'll just get 6 Hellions and then should be his expand should be coming down soon. His command center.
Yeah, exactly.
There it is.
So we actually have quite some viewers at this time. Not too many though, but some. Seeing as there is WCS EU on today as well, so I think
is it still on?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be at least an hour more or something, maybe. Well, you never know how long the match is gonna take.
Well, Minari is going gasless and he's going for 4 queens, and there's his first 2 gas geysers.
Yeah.
So
I like to think about putting your gas geysers in the natural because it's so much harder to scout the one at the top unless your opponent is Terran and shouldn't just drop you.
Yeah, I think in lower leagues it doesn't matter as much because everyone's so bad at scouting and denying scouting that.
And even if they scout, they probably don't understand what they're scouting anyways.
Yeah, I think in Gold League they might know that.
Yeah, they might know that. I think Gold League is such a much better league than when I was Gold League in the beginning of Wings of Blue. I mean, players have become so much better in this game.
Yeah.
I feel it's hard to just stay in Platinum. I almost got dropped to Gold for this season, so I want to get to Diamond, but I don't know if I can.
Double Chambers coming down and just going to block off his natural with the queens, and Hellion shouldn't do anything.
Oh, he's going to lose one in fact. Playing the full watchtower is probably a good idea. If he's going to take the next one. But he's while microing those Hellions, he's sometimes forgetting producing CVs.
Yeah, it always happens in these leagues that your macro slips.
Yeah.
Even up to Diamond.
Oh yeah.
If you're microing, you just forget to macro. And
I mean, even seen grandmasters forget, but probably that's why they choose to not make the CV or something. But I think I've seen players like Major get up to 900 minerals because he doesn't spend while microing or something.
Yeah, but we see the first Widow mines are now just getting placed on in front of the Terran's natural, so
yeah. So they're quite devastating versus lower league Zerg, and also higher of course. But
now Minari, he's got double Evo chambers, but he's not researching his upgrades, and he has the money for it, so obviously just forgot.
Maybe he just puts them there as a block. I mean, no, now he's researching.
Now he's starting.
Yeah.
So So he's getting his Baneling Nest and Lair's almost done, so
I was
he'll
just
get...
thinking that we've always letting this base go uncontested, but just as I thought that he
Yeah.
went in to...
Shouldn't do too much damage here.
No, he
it's,
was
it's
one
only
drone.
3 Hellions.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh, is he gonna get some though?
yeah, he might get another one, but...
I got 4. Oh my god! He might actually get some more here.
Yeah, they're just lining up for him.
Yeah, 7 kills. I feel that was worth it. In cost-wise, it definitely was.
Yeah, definitely.
But he doesn't have a third base to follow that up. It's still not too late though.
Well, he's getting his double engineering base now.
And look at this, he has no units, neither does the Zerg though.
Yes, but Zerg is getting to the point where he's on 70 drones, he's got his macro hatch. He can just start producing so many units, and
Yeah.
Terran, like, Widow, yes, so many Widow mines, but nothing else really. So,
No, I mean, you gotta be really... You gotta be really lucky to get that out. The problem is if you put down all of those Widow mines versus say the same amount of Zerglings, then they all will go off.
yeah,
And they're just not kill anything else. The Widow mines are good at calculating. They never will shoot more than they need to kill everything, but they can't know they're gonna hit all those Zerglings, so therefore they just hit every target they can see.
yeah.
And that
This
can be used very much against you.
The scan going down, he sees very standard Spire and Baning Nest researching Baning speed. So it's just going to be Ling Muta Bane.
Yeah.
So it's very late Spire, to be honest.
Yeah. Then again, the Terran doesn't. The Terran is starting to get heavy Widow mine army now.
Yeah,
But
it's
to
and
be
it's
honest, if the opponents decide to just use these overlords, then this is not going to do anything.
it's a Widow Mine drop heading off to Minari's third base now. But there's 2 overlords which should spot it.
Yeah. Unless he just wants to kill the overlords.
And there's 2 spines and a spore crawler, so
Yeah.
it shouldn't do anything as long as he just pulls his drones.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily, the Widow mines can shoot buildings.
Yeah.
Here they come. Now, move your drones away.
Cool.
Or not. That's
Or
fine
not.
too.
It's 3 kills on that first Widow Mine. I would have liked to see him pick up as the Banelings came in, and then it definitely would have been cost efficient, but he still lost. He lost 2 Widow Mines, Marauder, and a Medevac.
Yeah,
So
that was not very cost efficient for him. He's going to have a small drop in the main area, but it's
a
immediately
lot
gonna
of
get
Widow
surrounded.
Mines in it.
Well,
If he buries them all, those Zerglings will die.
I mean, Monari is not being careful with his Zerglings, but he doesn't have to.
Yeah, as long as the Terran stays on 2 base, and they're not even fully saturated 2 bases.
No. I mean, he has not been very productive with his SCV building.
Yeah.
This time he should at least be 24 in both, if he hasn't expanded yet.
Well, he's getting his 3rd CC now, so but at 14, it's almost 15 minutes in, so
Yeah, exactly.
that's way too late.
And Minori has a very wonderful economy going here, more or less saturated, and a 4th base coming up as well.
That Overlord being taken out by 2 Widow Mines.
Yeah, that Overlord is not worth the 2 Widow Mine shots, but that Widow Mine killed some things.
Has he not made any Mutalisks yet? And he's starting to bank up quite a lot of money.
Yeah. I feel Monari can probably end this with just... I think it's just gonna go with Banelings.
Yeah.
As many as he can.
He's going to have 53 Banelings in a minute.
Yeah. mean, he can easily base trade at this point. He has... Yeah.
He needs to bait out some more widow mines because they're still.
Oh no! Oh my god. What's this?
It doesn't even matter.
No, it doesn't matter at all. Now the counter drop is just waiting. It's not doing anything. I think he got caught off guard there.
Yeah, he's dead. It's going to be GG in a minute.
Oh, he's dropping on the 4th base, which doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
But the Terran will win the base race here, so Monari has to clean this up
I
sometime.
want to see all these SCVs being blown up.
Oh,
chasing.
yeah. Oh, poor guys.
Banelings are just dancing around them.
Yeah. Do you think that was bug or a glitchy AR?
I think he right clicked on an SCV that was like surrounded by.
Oh
all of
yeah,
this, right?
yeah.
That's why you should A move instead of right clicking.
Oh yeah. Definitely a move.
Although this drop has done quite a lot of damage in Munari's main, but he has no economy behind it. He's down to
Yeah, and Monari hasn't actually lost any economy in this.
He lost his 4th, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the 4th it wasn't a huge investment. It was like 300 minerals and no units. Nothing. There were nothing there. Just a hatchery.
If he just sends all this stuff into. Now he's starting to get Mutalisks. He has 2 on the map. But yeah, he's just going to go now.
Monari going for a 2nd wave of Banelings. Look at this. God. Well, he sure brings us entertainment. Well, let's see. You know, the Zerg has actually lost more than the Terran. The Terran just didn't have the had the worst macro.
Fueto's been on 2 bases all game, and
he still has like 1,000 minerals left for every patch in this natural, so he can do this for a long time.
until the Banelings arrive.
Yeah, until the Banelings arrive. And they get wings. So they can bomb the medivacs. Oh my god. Flight of the Zerglings and Baneling. So many.
I don't know why he's even trying to take a 4th again. He should just go. Leave his Mutalisks at home to kill the drop, and then just go.
Yeah, I mean, he saw that there were... He did so much damage at that push, and
Yeah.
now he even sees the drop moving out. But the creep spread also helps a little bit, of course.
I mean, Fueto is trying to get back into this game, but unless he can secure a 3rd at least, then 4th behind it, he doesn't have a chance.
And he kills a spike crawler.
Yeah, but then all the Zerglings come. And now the Mutalisks will chase down the Medivacs.
You don't want to drop on that. I wonder how it's like to drop in on the spawning pool. Is that like acid in that pool?
I don't know what it is.
Because it's green, so I suppose.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Medivac. Why is Fuifo still holding in this game?
Munari should just... Even if he just A-clicks into Fuifo's natural...
Even if it loses everything, it will still be... It will still win eventually.
And here come the Banelings. Although there's no Zerglings with them.
Nope.
Here they come.
Oh, they're all gonna die to Widow. No, they're not.
And
Actually.
here comes the 2nd wave.
Yeah. Here comes the true attack of the Banelings.
He has to GG now.
Yeah.
GG.
GG from Nori takes the first game. The first set, maybe they say that in the pro leagues.
I think it was quite a decisive victory, so...
Yeah, Monari kinda owned him. Kinda.
So, what's our second map?
Um, well, Minari is the one who's gonna pick, because we do the fair system of awesomeness, where we first have kind of a coin flip on who goes first, and then the other one picks map. So there's no loser's pick because I think that would be unfair to the winner. It's like giving a handicap because well you're better, so the other one should get something.
Yeah,
It's not how it works. Whirlwind, okay.
picked a nice big open map where you can macro on,
Yeah, that's exactly what it needs as well.
and it's also where he's clearly better at
Yeah,
than Fuito. So
we saw that before he lost a lot of mining time and building SCVs as well when he was microing and doing drops and stuff like
yeah,
that. So
the drops he did were good, but I think it's better to just focus on your macro rather than dropping.
yeah, I
And
usually as a versus Zerg I just go into the front. There's no
yeah,
point in dropping when before I got the everything down. Anyways, I mean Protoss you kind of have to drop against, but
mhm.
not against Zerg.
Once Mutalisks are out, drops become so dangerous because they're just so easy to pick off.
Yeah, I mean even with the boost they can survive a couple of seconds with the boost, but then they're gonna be picked off. Right, in the bottom right corner we have the Terran player Fuefo.
Fuifo?
Fuefo.
And in the bottom left corner spawning is the purple Zerg. It's Monari.
And he is up 1-0 against his Terran opponent. I wonder. I think I'm gonna make a prediction. Monari's macro was so much stronger. I think he's just no matter what build he goes, he's just gonna outright win this because it'll just be a numbers game. Even though it's just gonna be say Banelings versus battle cruisers, I think still Monari's gonna win
Yeah. Although
because of the sheer macro difference.
he's chosen a strange place to send his overlord. Usually you'd send it anti-clockwise so that you get to scout your opponent's natural first.
Oh yeah. If it so happens to be there, in which it does.
If he had sent it to the what's considered to be the normal spot, he would have scouted his opponent much earlier. And Fuifo was going for seemingly the exact same opening.
Yeah. There's not much to tell from this point. It looks like it could be an expand, since he hasn't done the refinery yet, so it's gonna do
Yeah,
an early
so,
expand, I suppose.
so it's one Rax expand, and there's the hatch first again on 15. And he's drone scouting as well, which I really like. I usually drone scout in most of my games, just because yes, you lose some early economy, but it's so much safer against a lot of cheeses.
Yeah, I mean, you don't pay too much on it either. It depends when you send it. If you send it immediately when it's starting the game, that's not a bad
Yeah.
choice. But if you send it like when you have 10 or
hmm
11
I
drops,
usually send my 10th drone just to scout. And
yeah. I mean, it's a nice choice because you're gonna get much more value from scouting than not, and especially if you're up against cheese, you wouldn't want to know. Especially I do this against Zerg as well, just sending out an SCV and checking when, like this, Monari goes for the very early third. I want to check it when that happens, and I want to see the gas
he's
timings and all that. So
well, he's gone 3 hatch pool and 3 hatch before pool, and then
he's gonna go for an extractor probably. Yeah.
extractor. Yeah, but this is quite dangerous because Fuifo didn't go CC first. So if he just pushes out in a few minutes, Munari won't have anything. Because his spawning pool's only halfway down, so
Is that
there,
true?
there won't be there'll be no queens until for a long time, and
But I think if Wifo is gonna know this, and well, he's gotta go and check that out before he makes an attack.
Yeah.
Most Terrans tend to stay at home until they have a sizable army to move out. Or Hellions.
He's not scouted this in any way, so he must think it's a normal game.
Yeah, but you can't really expect there to be. There can be anything. At any point, there can be any kind of play. You kind of have to consistently scout and check what's up. Fuifo is using a lot of his early minerals on those supply depots, and while I support that, you should definitely block that off around 6 minutes, or it should be.
It should be walled off at 6 minutes.
It should be, but sometimes you actually don't afford it. Like I wall off mine, it's wall off at around 6:30, because I need to afford Hellions when they come out. And if I
But
spend
he's only just getting his factory now because
Yeah.
he got his 2 barracks and
exactly right now, I would have had Hellions, so
yeah.
the 2 barracks as well. So well, I guess it's up to each choice. Because it's fine to leave it open till 6:30, because if you have Hellions, then the only thing that's gonna hit you is Zerglings, really.
There are some builds that are quite good where they hit you at about 15 seconds before your Hellion spawn with speedlings, and if you're not walled off, you basically have to lift off your natural.
Yeah, that's
So
that's too bad. You don't want to do that ever. A Baneling Nest going down for Minori at least.
it's a very early Baneling Nest.
Yeah.
So
No, I could say that the starport going down for Fuifo as well, but as Terran, in
yeah.
any game you're gonna see all the infrastructure there anyways. You cannot, as a Terran player, you cannot leave the starport out. You cannot leave the factory out. You cannot leave the barracks out. I think, isn't like Zerg, you only kind of need a spawning pool, and then the rest is kind of up to choice and strategy.
Yeah, I mean, you eventually need the only 2 you need is the spawning pool and the infestation pit to get lair and hive, but yeah, he should be getting his lair sometime soon because well, he's got 50 gas now and he's getting a roach warren as well, so he might want to play roach baneling.
Yeah, we'll see if we're doing this his signature mass with a mine attack or a thing, but he has way more units this time, not just with a mine, so
Yeah.
that's good. And
I
if he
think
moves it right now, I think it will do a lot of damage. Because
He would if he moves out with his first medevac. He's going to go to a drop. 2 widow mines and 4 marines, and there is nothing to defend it.
nope. And he's going to actually push this. But Minori sees this, he has an overlord, so he sees everything is moving out. In response, it doesn't really do anything so far.
It depends what Monari uses his next lava for.
Yeah.
If he makes units, he can hold it. If he makes another round of drones, he will die. But he should see it. He's taking his gas geysers, which is not what you should be doing. He needs units right now.
Wifo is being safe going up here. And in the back here, he's actually done some damage.
Oh my god, look at that. That almost killed so many drones.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He got 4 kills though,
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
And the 3rd is dead.
3rd is pretty much dead, there's not
it's
much
going to
Minori
go
can do
down.
at this point.
He's getting quite a lot of roaches, so
Yeah, I think
If
he will
Wifo-
easily be able to hold this, but
he might lose his 3rd.
yeah, I think he will lose his 3rd, there's nothing. Unless Wifo decides he just wants to kill the extractor instead.
Behind it, Whip was been possibly not macroing as well as he could be, but
Nobody got his 3rd up in the base, so
He's-
he can
he's-
just fly there over, that's nice for him.
yeah. Turn it into an orbital first, probably.
Monori is going for the counter attack, but I don't think that will be effective. 3 Marauders and 4 here, so
If as long as he repairs the bunker, it'll be fine.
yeah. But if he just lets him in, then there's nothing in the bunker really. There's nothing. Oh
Let's drop again in the main. Still doing
no! Oh
damage.
yeah, I didn't see that.
The Widow Mines are still there as well.
13 kills, Sergeant Widow Mines.
Yeah.
Oh my
They
god.
have 12 and 13 kills each. And he's even killing the Spore Crawler
Oh my god.
to stop the detection. I think,
He's killed 43 workers.
yeah.
This is huge for him. I think that
Unless these
Minari is pretty
roaches-
much all in from this point.
He's not got enough roaches though. There's so many medevacs now. And quite enough marauders. And I'd say it's over.
Yeah. I think Frifo has this game. That was an excellent timing of his. Minari
Was-
went for a very greedy build. He's gonna die.
He only has one mining base at the moment, so.
GG for
GG.
Minari. And we're going into the third map, which Frifo is gonna decide. More or less. Okay. I suppose my predictions are pretty bad.
I think both of ours were bad.
Hmm.
I think Fwifo must have just had a bad game.
Yeah.
And of course he picks Akalon.
You know, on the last game, it took so much time for Monari to just make units. I feel he was he saw the attack move out, but he didn't start making units until his opponent were already at his base.
Yeah.
So a slight reaction thing there that could have saved him the game and even the third.
I'd say Akalon is quite Terran favoured as a map. Because it's the easiest 3 bases you can get in the map pool.
This is true, but then again that goes for the Zerg as well. It's very easy for Zerg to start macro up as well.
It is, but it's more important for Terran to get the third than anything, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's also usually game deciding. You can usually win with 2 base all-ins, but
If you get 3 bases saturated, then it becomes very difficult for the Zerg.
yeah, I mean a Terran player can stay on 3 bases for like forever.
And then the fourth as well is very easy to
Yeah,
ult.
we'll see how that comes on. We have in the top left corner, this is the already 1-1 in the
Yeah, it's
score.
one.
Current score.
Yeah,
We have Fuifo in the green trunks as the Terran player.
and in the bottom right hand corner of Aklon Wastes we have from Clan HDH Minari spawning as the purple Zerg.
Oh yeah. We're looking to this kind of shenanigans here. Now this map, as you said, it's very easy for Terran to get up his third. But I also feel that this is a map that favors the best macro player in any way. Because if you're a good macro player then and a good late game player, then this is the map for you.
It's very difficult to get. There's no way of getting Zergling burn buys in.
This is
So-
true though. I mean, you can deny the fourth, but I at least I've seen in I think it was, I don't remember who it was. I think maybe that was Snoot's strategy or something. He said something about always denying the fifth on Ackle and Wastes.
Yeah,
on
the
the Terran.
If that's ultra late game then,
Yeah, it
because
is.
it's also there's quite a lot of airspace. If you take if Zerg takes their fourth base where Terran takes their third, you can just drop their fourth and then pick up, fly into the main, and back to the third, back to the fourth, and back to the main.
Exactly. It is so easy for drops to be affecting on this map here.
Yeah.
You can pretty much do things anywhere, so static defense is favorable in all
And
forms.
Fuifu's gone back to his old build of. He'll probably get the factory down soon, and then expand.
Yeah. You had an earlier refinery this time around, I believe. Yeah. And as a Minari, he also gets his small spawning pool before getting the third, which is probably a better choice at this point.
Much better choice. But once again, he's choosing to play gasless, so he's going back to probably 4 queens. And Fuifu actually decided not to get the factory. He got another barracks, so I wonder what he's going to spend his gas on.
Did he cancel a factory?
No, he just built the barracks instead.
Oh, okay. That's weird. Why does he have all that early gas?
He has almost 200 gas banked up.
Yeah.
He's getting a third barracks.
I suppose he wants upgrades, but
Unless he wants to do like a stim timing push or combat shield timing. That's why he's getting the early tech lab.
yeah. Now Minori's gonna check into this natural here and see that there's actually nothing, either building or put down there. At this point, he should have had his natural down if he went for a fast CC.
Or it could still be in the main, but this overload.
Could still be in the main, but it will be kind of late to get it out now if he went for it fast. So
this overload's gonna probably die. It's a bit of a mistake.
Oh, the rock saved him maybe there. No, he's not. He's gonna die, or no, he's gonna survive.
He's going to send his marine down to the low ground, I think. You should just send one more marine.
Yeah, or not. I mean, there are Zerglings there, and
It's 2 Zerglings, but I guess he could be scared that there's more. But
yeah, I mean, 2 Zerglings easily beats a marine. I don't think 1 Zergling does. Now, Wifa goes for the all-in base. 1 base all-in.
the SCV pull, his stim is halfway done, so it is just a stim all-in.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't actually need 2 guys on gas.
I mean, this wouldn't be a super all-in. This wasn't actually been an all-in at all if he was on 2 bases at this point, because just sacking SCVs now and then doesn't really matter too much.
But he wouldn't have had that early stim and the early 3 barracks.
Yeah, I think Minori is gonna easily hold this. So a lot of Zerglings coming in.
If the spines get up, you need.
Yeah, they're gonna get up in time, easy. No. And he's gonna keep trying to do this. I like the heroism of people.
Yeah, but there's so many spine crawlers now. He lost quite a lot of SCVs.
Yeah, even those Zerglings are just gonna kill it all, or not.
He's down like 15 harvesters, and
I like the creativity of this build though, because I've never seen it before. Or I might have seen it before, but not as a planned build, maybe.
he's trying to expand now. I think he sent an SCV down, but
Yeah, he's expanding, but
he's massively behind.
yeah, 8 minutes. You're taking your natural.
Now he's he should be careful. That
Yeah. He's hiding his drone behind the rock. Look at that. I think.
so he
No.
needs to start circling speed though. He has the gas for it, and
Yeah, those Zerglings aren't gonna be able to kill those things. You know, with these many marauders, I think it can kill a few spine crawlers. But
every stim will hurt him so much though.
yeah,
It's
he doesn't have a
better
medivac, so every time he stings, he's gonna just count down till he dies.
walk into the main. Not 12 Zerglings on the way, but still
nice
has
queen micro from Minori here. He's saving no queens.
He was transfusing a bit, but
Yeah, he was. Well, attack is getting way more effective than I thought it would actually.
yeah. It's now pulling drones.
So not to attack. Well, they are.
Yeah, they are attacking. But
Man, I didn't know Marauders were this powerful this early. I mean,
Minari's now behind 10
yeah.
workers instead of ahead 10 workers, so
This is such a weird turnaround. I would never ever believe this attack would break this at all. Never.
I think if he repositioned his spine crawlers closer to his ramp, he would have easily held that push.
Yeah. Or if you just had circling speed, that would have changed it
Yeah,
as well.
Ling speed could have been done a long time ago.
Now he's making Bane leaks, which is not really the correct choice. So many Marauders here.
I don't
Wow.
think there's
This is so weird. This is not a game that Minori should have lost, to be honest.
he shouldn't have, but he can hold his natural for a while, but there's no way he can get his main back really.
Nope. No.
It looks like this game's going to go on for a bit longer.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, FreeFlow doesn't have a very working natural, but at least he has a natural.
He has,
He has 2 bases.
yeah, and he's more than doubling the harvester count.
Well, he's slowly dying to all these broodlings, so yes, that's.
Well, he's starting to take out the spine crawlers now, and
Yeah.
once they're gone, he can't do anything after that.
They still making these unupgraded reservelings.
Now he's
Reservelings are good
finding-
versus Marauders, but not
it's
when
the-
they're.
It's a 12-minute 45-second surging speed.
Oh, that's so funny. No, Minori is holding this. This game is so weird.
He's way too far behind now, though.
He is. I totally agree. The turn has so much money banked up, so you can easily just use that in. Whatever
They both have reasonable mineral banks, but he's
that rally point.
still sending Marines.
But then again, Minori also has a huge bank, and if there's one thing that's easy for Zerg, then it's to easily rebuild your army if you have a huge bank. Oh, it's just.
He doesn't have the lava though. He doesn't have any queens. So
And he's sending in just 5 or 4 links at a time, which frankly is just.
there's quite a lot of lings on the way. So
There is, but he should have them more clumped up, I feel, or else they're just gonna die off. I think it's just us looking to do some economic damage, just instead of losing everything. Now there has. I think it's just assessing the situation, seeing that the Terran player doesn't actually have much space at this moment.
he has. That's 5 barracks. He's got a starport, and
Oh, that queen barely survived. 2 more shots there from FreeFlow and you would have died. Now FreeFlow doesn't have too much, so I think Monarch can all in from this point, just making a lot of links, I suppose. Which he does.
there's a wall, so he needs
Oh
bane
yeah,
links.
now the wall is done. Or he could just break the rocks on the behind there. Just start working on those.
That takes a long time with Zerglings.
It does, but
They have 3 armor, and
do you think Monarch can come back from this?
I think it's very difficult. He's still only got half the number of drones than compared to Fuifo, and yeah, he just has a lot. He has less of everything.
Sending 1-on-1 baneling is not what you want to do, or they're gonna.
Not really. And now medevacs are out, so
Minori Minori really needs to be careful. He's just sending in he's just, even when he was behind, still a lot of times he could have come back from it, but he's just throwing units away.
Although he has quite a lot of lings, but he's never going to get anywhere with them.
Nope.
Although he should repair that wall. Like, some of those supply depots on.
Yeah, there are only two more
orange.
banelings and that's busted, so he just needs to connect with 2 banelings and that's it.
Yeah.
And if
But he's now going for 3 medevac drops, so...
Is this gonna be scouted though? There is one overlord, and I think he's gonna see it.
Yeah.
Minori
He sees it.
Yeah, Minori sees it.
But
that means that should give him a tell that, well, 3
Nope.
medevacs moving out, I can just go in and crush him, or I could just defend the drop. I think defending the drop would be the correct choice at this point.
It would, because there's enough there in the Terran space to defend it.
Yeah. But he doesn't react, so who knows? I think it's just checking for Wader mines at this point.
Yeah.
On his ways,
He's just gonna go now.
yeah.
If this doesn't kill the Terran, he's gonna have to GG.
I think he's gonna be able to clean this up at least, but
Yeah, with the medevacs, he'll be fine.
yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be a GG for Minori. I don't. Okay, what can he do at this point? Nothing. He has a
Nothing.
huge bank though.
Yeah. But he doesn't have queens. His injects weren't good enough. So he needed more. But he was just behind.
GG, well played for Minori, and Wifo moves on to the semi-finals. And the next player will actually be a Terran player, I believe. Or no, it's actually Zerg.
We've got to notice the EVT to cast now.
Let's see if we can invite him to the group. He might be watching the stream, so... The other team is gonna be Arnist versus... You know what? We just watched Wifo. So I think... Should we just cast Arnist and Minori Arnist and Death Star instead? Or should we just go with FY known Wifo? What do you think?
I think they've already played their first match, so...
Oh yeah, that might be.
Because he's...
I said I
saying-
wanted to watch the replay, I think they mean the
Yeah.
stream, but... So, if I know on 1, 99, sure, know the drill. Now, pick a number.
71.
71, okay, that's a good number. Decent number. $55. 71. 71. FIFA is doing the same thing. Now if
Yeah.
known is gonna be fine known. Fine.
Finone? Yeah, let's go with Finone.
Fine known is easier to pronounce. Whirlwind it is. Ah, no one picks the new maps.
The, I don't like the new maps, to be honest. The
No one likes the new maps. No one.
yeah,
Whenever there are new maps, no one likes them. But
but as soon as they remove them from a map pool, everyone
yeah,
starts raging about how dare you remove this great map.
yeah, exactly. That's how it's gonna be.
Right, so getting into our second series of the night.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I think the other group is Protoss versus Terran. So if Finone goes through here and Arnis goes through on the other, then we're gonna have another CVT. So could still happen, but I would love to see the Protoss where change,
Yeah,
or even just a mirror matchup would be fine.
it's anything other than this.
It's hurting your soul and your eyes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't like watching Zergs getting beat.
Okay, well that's hopefully gonna change because in the bottom right corner we have the Zerg player Finone.
And spawning in the top right corner as the green Terran, we have Fwifo.
Fwifo. He's a Fwiffy character, isn't he?
Well, Fwifo's used 3 different builds in his 3 games so far.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like people who change things up.
So, I'm not sure what he's going to try and do, but he's never opened CC first. So I don't know if he just doesn't like that build or...
I don't know.
No, there's the barracks.
Maybe he feels it's a little bit unsafe. Which it's hard to use it properly if you get if you have to deal with a 10 pull timing.
As long as it's on the high ground.
Yeah, it has to be on the high ground or else you're
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
But I don't see a way where it'll be fitting command center in here though. So.
Then hatch first again. By
Yeah, I mean,
Final.
why wouldn't you do that on this map? This is great
Yeah.
macro map as well. Also, like, your opponent is not gonna scout you first. It does happen. It does happen once in a while. I suppose you'll just be taking huge risks if you're going for something proxy related on this map.
Definitely, because unless it's like proxy starport or something to get banshees in, by that time you might have scouted, but any proxy racks, it's just not going to work.
Nope. Even if you scouted the right first, you could at least build your the right one first, then you could at least build your barracks close enough. But if you doesn't scout it immediately, then you kind of have to put it on the middle, and even Reapers are not going to be enough to reach that base. It's going to take so much time to get there, so your opponent will be prepared.
Should be moving the overlord to the high ground, not just off the cliff. It's quicker to get out of range of the marine.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I think it's going to get away, so...
That's so annoying. As a Terran player, shooting at an overlord and it gets away with like 2 HP.
Yeah. He's going to switch the factory with his barracks to get the reactor. He's getting the command center behind it. So, probably be 6 Hellions again.
Yeah.
Circling speeds on the way for Finone.
Yeah, he probably, I think he saw the games because he came back immediately after the stream and turned off, so I think he's being sure here. Trying to
Making sure to get circling speed out.
Yeah, exactly.
He's all my time. And he's getting a Baning Nest as well. which is, I'd say it's quite strange to do on 2 bases, unless you want to do some form of baning bust.
It can still be effective. I've sometimes lost to gold players when they do this 2 base timing, which is when I usually don't have much. You usually just only have Hellions, and if they're out of the map, then you have nothing at home to defend.
Yeah.
So that happens once in a
He,
while.
but he's getting a spine crawl as well, so it seems like he doesn't want to attack. He wants to play defensively.
Yeah, so that's kind of a weird choice.
It is. He should have his third base. He should be getting his third base. Well, usually take it at 6 minutes, but
Yeah. You can.
um,
Yeah. People don't always go very early third base. I think Monari is one exception in Gold League. Often, or I've seen a lot of third players in Gold that does these where they expand it around 10 minutes into the third. Which is
it's
kind of
very
late.
late. But yeah,
Ooh, nice shots up. Actually, these Hellions.
yeah.
I thought these Hellions were gonna die. Oh, he's getting. Oh my
He's
god.
getting a lot of drones. He's just
Yeah.
he lost all his Hellions, but
The-
I'd say that was worth it.
Oh yeah, he killed 10. 11 Circlings and 10 drones. Worth it any day. If I were him at this point, I would just keep pumping Hellions because there's nothing but Circlings here.
Also, he's got to be careful now because he doesn't have a wall as natural, and there's
Ah, yeah.
a lot of Zerglings on the way. He needs to bury those Widow Mines.
But he did see them though with his SCV, I think. He had an SCV at
I
his...
Was he paying attention though? He buried him.
Well, it looks like because he reacted very
Just
in time, you know.
he's trying to bait out the Widow Mines with a few Zerglings, but they got killed by the Marines first.
Yeah, but if you send in 3 Circlings, you might actually get 2 shots because they won't be killed off, I think.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be worth it. That's well, if you bait all the Widowmine shots, then you can easily take down the bunkers with so many Circlings.
Or even just he could just run into the natural and
Oh,
force a lisp and just ignore the bunker.
Yeah, you could do that as well. It's perfectly viable.
But the wall's done now.
Well, if
So
Finon getting his third at around 9 minutes, 9:30. This is fine.
he's getting double Evo chambers as well. And his lair's done. Get him static defense in his main, which is the sensible thing to do.
And Aspire.
And Aspire. Morphing a few defensive banelings, but he's still got those Zerglings trying to, I don't know, just gonna leave them there for now.
It's nice having them out on the map though, but it should probably be where they can actually spot something. Right here, they would just miss the medevacs if they run straight down, and they won't see the front actually. So
by this time, it would be better if they were at home defending drops, because his Spire's about to be done, so his mutas are still a while away.
yeah,
He actually damaged his own medevac with that Widowmine shot.
pretty nice. Not too much though. Did Finon see this drop coming?
No, but
Yeah,
he's got units.
Yeah, he's got Banelings clear, so he's gonna get cleaned up.
He
Or
should
not.
He should just pick up.
Oh, nice. He didn't hit. He only hit splash damage on the Marauders actually. So that was very nice for him. Usually Marauders are great at soaking up bending damage, but
It's very cost inefficient if you trade banelings for Marauders.
yeah, the Terran is gonna be ahead if you do that, but that doesn't matter if he stops the drop. I suppose it's fine.
They're both on. It's 12 minutes and 30 seconds in the game, and they're both on about 45 drone workers, which is quite a low number,
The Zerg.
especially for Zerg, yeah. And he's only on 3 gases.
I suppose it's fine for a Terran at this point, being only having 2 bases.
Mm.
But
He's started his 3rd command center, so Finon should just spread creep at that 3rd location.
yeah,
Delays the base for about a minute, so
the drop is coming down here just when the spine crawlers are about to emerge. He's gonna be able to pick up some things.
it,
Forces the retreat from Fino. Kinda has to deal with, or else he does
he could try sniping the hatchery.
Oh, that was very good for even that was good
he
for
hit some of
Fino.
his, yeah. He had quite a lot of his own his own marines there.
Yeah, look at that health for all of those units.
Yeah, but it's cleaned up now. But
Yeah.
as long as he saves the medevac, it's relatively cost efficient.
It is. The Terrana is now ahead in supply, which is a situation you don't want to find yourself in as a Zerg player. Zerg kinda have to be ahead of supply in every matchup, even in CVZ.
Whiffo is taking a strange 3rd base. He's expanding towards the Zerg.
Well, wouldn't it be easier to hold that way? It will be easier to hold Mutalisk Harass at least, and if you build a wall here by the rocks, then
Yeah, but
you can be safer. I mean, there's only 2 fronts to deal with here. And you can more easily predict where they come from, so
I still think it's always safer expanding away from your opponent.
yeah. And this is a pretty much death attack from FreeFall. I don't think Final can defeat this really.
There's a lot of marauders, so the laning shouldn't do too much, but it's reasonable splits.
Oh! Yeah, it's reasonable, but he actually made a very, very nice attack for himself, Final there.
He didn't have enough Widow Mines. He only had 2 with his army.
Yeah, and they actually hit the army as well, so
Yeah.
pick those up. And the Mutalisks are coming as well. Love seeing Zerglings make these skid marks.
Although he only has 4 Mutalisks, so you see players like Scarlet end up with like 25 Mutalisks by this point, just sniping medevacs,
Yeah.
which is
Then again, you can't really compare Scarlet to a gold player. Scarlet is really damn good in CGT.
GVT.
And she's gonna get even better now that the innovation is on the team.
Yeah. To be honest, if anyone can figure out how to beat Biomine, it's going to be Scarlet.
Oh yeah.
While practicing with innovation.
Now the drop from Wifo, he's not being super effective with the drops, but at least he's dropping, and that helps a lot just doing that.
Finon should just put his Mutalisks on patrol. That way they can clean up drops much easier. Dropping in main. Should be able to kill these spines.
Yeah, and he has another drop here between the 4th and the 3rd as well,
Yeah.
but he hasn't done anything with it yet.
If he drops in behind the mineral line, there's only one spine in range, so...
Go Power Rangers! I think Wifo, I'm not sure who's ahead. Wifo definitely has the supply
Wifo-
lead,
Yeah.
but
I think Fwifo is definitely ahead.
but he's so sloppy with all his drops and attacks. He's throwing a lot of units away, I feel. He's being cost effective though, as the Zerg has lost more.
Did Finone forget his +2 carapace? Because he has +2 attack, but not carapace.
Ah, yeah.
And
There's the other drop coming into this third here, and
you can just snipe the hatchery.
yeah. Or not. It's a very nice defense from Finon there.
Yeah, Finone is finally getting his infestation pit now, and he should be getting Ultralisks. He needs them, really.
Oh yeah, I think that would be actually game changing. Well, always when you pick Ultralisk, it's gonna be game changing. He has to
Yeah.
respond some way to that.
Even though Twifo is relatively Marauder heavy, he's got 2 barracks with Tech Labs at the moment.
Yeah,
He'll need a few. He'll need a few more, but
I think it's just Marauder heavy because he just hasn't lost them, really.
yeah,
And now there's a small skirmish force going in there. I don't know
there's
why.
a massive Doom drop in the main,
Oh yeah.
which he's probably
Some kind of surrounding one. Well, no, this is not good for the Terran player.
he can get the Spire as well, and
Oh yeah. I mean, it's very good for the
Infestation
Terran
pit.
player actually. Forget what I just said. Yeah.
he can trade because they're both on 3 mining bases.
Yeah.
So
I just thought about the Widow Mine there that went off against Broodlings.
yeah,
And
and killed more of his own army than Broodlings, to be honest.
yeah. But again, this army of Finon here is scary, man. It is scary. Oh, a lot of medivacs get sniped here. This is not good.
Yeah, very expensive.
They're very expensive, and I don't know how many starports he has. He has only one with Tech Lab, so
But
they're not coming out too quickly.
he needs to be careful not running his Mutalisks into Stim Marines.
But then again, Fino doesn't know this, but he can keep trading Zerglings forever because Fuifo needs to respond with minerals, and he really doesn't have any minerals.
Yeah, he's mining out very quickly with all those mules.
Yeah.
He's got 14, I think, 12 SCVs in the main, just not doing anything.
Oh, it's gonna get shut down.
But all of his hatcheries are quite low on health. Like, his main got taken out, his force got taken
Yeah,
out.
and look at his infestation pit. He's gonna die now. Now he's gonna die.
Yeah, on creep, because off creep. It's macro hatch as well. You should probably target the spawn group rather than macro hatch.
You know, this style of Wiffle here is kind of weird. This, well, now he's moving out on the map as well. But
Yeah,
I feel it's the kind of style you would do against the Protoss, just picking them apart pieces by pieces.
Yeah. It works better against Protoss because their army is much slower.
Yeah.
I think if Finone split his army in 2, kept one part of this third and one
Oh,
part
he
of
gets
the main.
all his Mutalisks for free. That's too bad.
He's down to 115 supply now. It's looking bad for him.
Yeah, I think Fuifo's gonna take this
Yeah. And there's another drop at the third again. That's gonna go
Man,
down.
he's being so aggressive with these drops. This actually
Yeah.
paying off, even though his drops are kind of sloppy. He just drops everywhere and hopes that he will do some damage or at
Yeah.
least confuse his opponent.
Don't think there's any way to get back now. He's down below 100 supply.
Yeah, he has 59 rounds though, so
He's only on at the moment on one mining base that's not even mining, so
Yeah, and FIFA has actually been quite untouched in his base.
yeah,
There's
there's been
no harass going on, and
no economic damage, no nothing.
nope.
And I
And
mean, Finone has quite a reasonable bank, but he's just not able to spend it.
well, I think he just got thrown off guard by
Yeah,
all of these drops from FIFA.
Fuifo's now maxed, and he still's not started 3-3, which he should have, but now there's all those drones getting picked off in the middle of the map.
Yeah,
That's
GG
the
from
GG.
Finome. Takes this to the second game. These games tend to be rather long.
It's because they're very Fuifo plays very passively,
Yeah.
other than his drops. So let's hope he does like proxy 2 racks next game. Mix things up a bit.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see some cheeses. For one base. He did that against his going Akolon. Maybe we're gonna see the
Yeah.
same thing again. Final says yes. He agrees. This is going to be the second game, right?
Yeah, this game 2, it's 1-0.
Ooh. Feel this is gonna be a long weekly.
It is.
Like that FIFA uses the Hellbat portrait.
Is that a Hellbat?
Yeah, that's the Hellbat.
I don't know any of the Terran portraits because I've never played Terran.
It's the same as the Hellion because the Hellbat and the Hellion is basically the
Yeah.
same unit. It's just changing it up. Anyways, in the bottom right corner we have the contender FY known down 0-2. Zerg.
And in the top left corner is the green Terran Fuifo.
So I think since Wiffle picked this map, I think he's gonna go for his one base all in again. However, I don't think it's gonna be as effective because Final has seen it, and I feel that Wiffle just won simply because Monari didn't make speedlings, where he's just throwing units away. He had so many
Yeah.
chances to break Wiffle, but he didn't for some reason.
Definitely, and it looks like it's going to be the exact same build by Fuifo. Racks first, and then probably going to get his gas. And Finone is going for a hatchery first again. He's saving up for it.
Forfa's not making his refinery though, so well now he is. Yeah,
Now he is.
I think it's gonna be the same build. It's kind of an interesting build though. But I need to wrap my head around why it worked.
I think it was Minari's game to lose that game.
Yeah.
Because he held the initial push quite well, so
Yeah, he did. It was just that he had no follow-up, he had no units, and he only had some little bit poorly placed spire crawlers.
then we'll have to see if Fuifo puts down the second barracks at this point. It looks like
Yeah,
he wants
like
to.
a clockwork.
Yeah, there we go.
Just checking for third base, maybe not the... Would you, as a Zerg, would you take the third location here where the SUV is standing, or...
I take the other
seems-
one because of the weight drops can ruin you if they jump
Yeah, that's true.
between the main and that third location.
This overlord's gonna die.
Yeah, you can't send in an overlord into up the natural ramp. It's too dangerous.
Yeah. Even if you just want to sack it, you can't really expect it to survive.
Yeah. You should be seeing a tech lab at some point soon.
Yeah. And
And there's
another...
the third barracks, and
Fino doesn't know anything though. He makes a couple of Zerglings, so he will know when this attack comes, hopefully, for him. And he's at least mining gas, so
you can start zergling speed in
yeah,
about
he
10
should
seconds.
be in a better shape than Minori was. But as you said, Minori actually had the money to start Zergling speed, but didn't.
But the difference here is Minari went gasless and got 4 queens out, which I think it's the main reason he held that first push so well. He had
Yeah.
4 queens with
Exactly.
transfuses. But Fino's going to have zergling speed, which it'll have the same effect of just being able to hold that and
No,
the burning nest.
He's making a lot of Zerglings. I think yeah, since he saw the stream, I think definitely he saw the stream. He's expecting this attack to happen,
Yeah.
which is pretty wise from him. I think there's a reason Frifo does this on every map now. He's going in for the kill, pulling some SCVs as a shield.
I feel like he should possibly try to get 1 or 2 bunkers up with those SCVs instead of just throwing them away.
Yeah, that would actually be much better. Having a Marauder in the bunker will mean that no Spinecrawler can approach without dying.
Yeah.
Now the Overlord is gonna see this. Force moving out. Now if I know, he's just gonna have his Zergling speed ready, so this is...
This bending nest is done. He could morph some bane. There he goes. Gets 3 bendings.
nice.
But Sign-
Oh, it's just moving.
yeah, he tried to run past the SCVs, but the SCVs are doing the job of just tanking Spinecrawler hits.
Not the best hits you can get from Bailings there.
And now it's pulling drones, so quite desperate now. As long as he cleans up the next set of lings, should be alright.
Sending, I think there is a lot of bad rally problems here, like with Minori.
Yeah,
I think this is gonna be Rico's game again.
yeah, GG. And Fwif was now 4-0 against Zerg.
Yeah, but then again, 3 racks works kind of like the 4 gates. It
Yeah.
works very well against any matchup, really. So,
Let's see who won. Let's find out who won our other match
yeah.
and who made it to the final.
Right, we'll have to keep saying Frifo's name for another match. God damn, all in and drops. My weakness have been exposed. Says Finone. Frifo. Well, they're in the second match in the other matchup, so we're probably just gonna wait and see. So if you want to go for a break, guys, now's the time to take 5. for anyone. Even if you want to go take a leak, you can. No problem.
So who's playing? Is it Destar and who else in your match?
It's against. Who was it again? Arnist is
Honest,
a
honest.
Terran.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully they'll be done soon.
yeah, if I know is saying something here about APM. He had really high APM, but he spammed a lot. I think
Yeah.
if you spam too much, you're not gonna be able to play the game. Really. I think sometimes you can slow yourself if you do that too much, and or APM doesn't matter. Um,
EPM is much more important.
yeah. I think is it Flash? That's that kind of player that doesn't really have any high APM, but he has exact same APM as he has EPM.
Yeah, it's very precise. Like,
Yeah, super precise. I mean, how can you have that? It's like stable 150 or something.
I think it's slightly more, but
Well, it seems that Honest wants we're gonna have a TVT in the finals. I suppose that's refreshing.
according to Liquipedia, Flash's APM is low 300s, which is
So,
it's not slow, but it's not very fast for a Brood War player.
then I don't think that was the player. Well, yeah, he has to be, but 300 APM. That's really fast though for Starcraft 2.
Yeah.
A lot of the pro players have between 150 and 250. Most Koreans obviously have over 300, so.
So we have a TVT as the final.
It's gonna be TVT, you know. Final. I'm just gonna kick him. I'm sorry. Okay. 1
Should I
to
pick-
99.
19.
19. That's how we're gonna roll. Five and 6. So FIFA picks first, so this is gonna be quite different actually. Just want to see my statistics as are. Well, actually, Terran is FIFA's best matchup according to his statistics.
Are you looking at just this season or all
Oh
time?
yeah, that's just this season.
It's probably better look at his all, like his all record, because it'll be a much bigger sample.
That is true, but a player might have actually improved a lot during that time, so it might
Yeah.
not be reflective as much. Right now, Protoss was my very best matchup. I had almost 70% win rate against that. And then I got into Platinum, and suddenly now I have under 20% win rate versus Protoss. Simply the difference of players being able to use photon cam properly, so early game is not really something you can do.
I think this season I'm 88% against Terran, even
Oh,
though last season I was like getting down to about 40%.
oh yeah.
But
Actually think my Zerg is my best matchup at the moment. But 88% versus Terran?
it's only 8 games. I'm 7-1, but
Oh, okay, then that's
I've not
fine.
I've not played a lot this season.
Yeah.
But then there's like people like Adong with like 90%
Versus
against
Zerg, yeah.
in ZVZ. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, how can you have that even in
Right.
one matchup? I think that invasion has had something similar versus macro game Zerg until we
Yeah,
faced Dongrigu, that is.
it was Soulkey first in the GSL finals.
Yeah. But now Sulky just can't touch him.
Yeah.
I think Innovation kind of had him in the finals as well because he won 3-0 and then it just broke down really.
Yeah. Anyway, let's introduce these players.
Yeah. You go first this time.
Spawning in the top left corner is the Green Terran. It's had a perfect run so far. It's our Green Terran Fwifo.
And in the bottom right corner we have the Red Terran Arnis, who has actually won gold weekly before, so Fwifo is standing here before the defending champion.
I always like the production tab in mirror games because they just
Right now
always
they're
look
quite similar. Except that the Red Terran is not building SCVs.
Arsenal is getting the gas he got,
Oh yeah, that's why, of course.
and slightly later gas by Fwifo, but he's ahead in SCVs now. So
Yeah, minuscule amounts I don't think they're gonna matter in the game at all in the end.
what do you prefer? Going like 12-12 or 12-13?
It depends what I'm playing against. If I want a Reaper out, then I like to go 12-12 because I can make that almost immediately. 12-13 I go if I want to go for some later tech, like say Banshee.
Yeah.
But if I want to go for a fast factory, then I go for 12-13 where I go for refinery first, for example. And versus Terran, I actually go for the 15 refinery because I want to fast expand and have Hellions out. So it really depends on the matchup and how you want to build it. It's so crucial actually the other game how you control your workers. But then again, it's gonna be simple because that's the only thing you do in the other game.
Yeah. So Honest is getting his Reaper out, and Fwifo decided to spend his gas on a factory.
Yeah. He's putting his Marines kind of intelligently here to defend any kind of Reapers, and he now rallies at the other side as well, so he will get some shots off before that Reaper can actually get in.
Placement of this factory and the fact he's on double gas now makes me think he wants to go Cloak Banshees.
Yeah, me too. This Reaper just jumps riding, but he's gonna see that it's okay. Hidden factory.
It's like, why would you place your factory all the way on that far end of the base?
Yeah.
And he scouted the second gas as well, so...
Yeah, I mean,
know.
you kind of has to think that's gonna be a Cloak Banshee.
Especially after the cheaper cloak upgrade that we got a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you know you can almost actually you can almost support tank production just off of one refinery. I think you can.
Right.
Yeah. The time it takes to build, you have around 100 gas, so you'll be a little bit short. So I think you need at least 4 workers in gas for the tank to work. But obviously, it's going Banshee, so it needs more. And now that as soon as the Banshee buff came around, and everyone starts doing Banshees.
Yeah, there's the cloak, there's Banshee, and he's getting a tech lab on his factory, so he's probably going to end up going to Marine Tank.
Ornis is making his engineering bay now, so if he immediately makes turrets, he's gonna have them up in time, so that's no problem.
Yeah, He has plenty of time, I think. By the time the Banshee gets to scans the engineering base, though.
That's pretty decent. This is oh, there's no defense, so I can easily kill this.
Yeah,
And Arnis is making a widow mine. I love this inclusion of that because
yeah. Although it's strange where he's placing his turrets. It's enough to just have it in the mineral line, I think.
yeah, I just have one there. I think that the Banshee can get off some shots at the side there. But this is
But
also good if it's coming from the top side. It can't really come from here, so it has to come from there,
yeah,
or maybe somewhere here. So if you have, say, a tower there and there, you're pretty safe. Because, I mean, only pros go directly into the middle there.
mhm.
But I understand why, because in the current metagame, nobody really scouts there. That's how metagame works. Another Banshee coming in, clocks ready. I like how Frifo builds his buildings. They're also so always so clean. His supply depots and diamonds and everything's just all lined
Well,
up.
He waited for his second Banshee to be done, and for Cloak to finish before moving out. Where I think he could have done some damage if he just moved out straight away, even without Cloak.
No, he's gonna ram straight into this turret here.
There's a path through though. If it was slightly further to the left, there'd be nothing.
Yeah, but now he takes advantage of that. The huge. Oh,
He
he
didn't
almost got
focus.
both.
He didn't focus on the weakened one.
No.
Although if Fuifo is moving out, it's
Oh, with 3 tanks. And this is quite the annoying attack, actually.
yeah. Well, it is quite all in because he's not expanded behind it.
There's
So
no scan for. Well, he has 1 scan, so he has.
if he picks up this tank, which he has, he should be.
Fuifo has 1 this.
Yeah. If his tanks are under siege, and what's he going to do? He doesn't have stim, and he doesn't have anything.
No, he doesn't actually have anything. He doesn't have a single unit out there. Oh, he has 2 marines, but.
Well, this is it.
GG for Martis. One base builds can be.
It's an old just 1-1-1 really.
Yeah. Can be really annoying in especially in the lower leagues, but
Yeah.
the very
I think
lowest of leagues. And
all the old school builds work very well in lower leagues.
yeah.
Like 4 gates, 1-1-1s, 3 racks, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because in Wings of Liberty you were kind of greedy if you expanded before 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And even if you had an 8-minute expand as a Zerg, then you were greedy. Whirlwind is gonna be the second map. This might be the last game, or this may not. Did Minari take your game from Fuifo, by the way?
Oh yeah, he did.
Okay, so he hasn't got a completely clean record. I think that if Fuifo wins this, then he might get a completely clean record, but it's possible he's already...
Forgot about that first game.
Yeah.
They've been quite long games between then.
Exactly. But I think in TVT, I've never actually seen too many. Well, there were some macro games in gold, but before I made it to platinum, I actually had this journey because I was bronze in April. So I'm kind of it's fresh in my memory where kind of every league felt like. Now, if I feel like TVT was only 1 base build until I got into platinum, and then it suddenly became only macro. So it's weird. In the bottom left corner we have the green Zerg Fuifo. He's up 1-0.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Teal Terran Honest trying to type the series 1-all.
Yeah, we'll have to see for that to happen. He might have a bigger chance on this map though, seeing as one base builds are not quite as effective.
It's a slightly longer rush distance, so
yeah, rush distance is longer, but it's easy to do a multi-pronged attack. But then again, there's a ramp here where it's quite easy to defend, and it's not. If there's one siege tank up there, it's not easy to just run up there and kill stuff. So
we have the same openings again, I think, from Arsenet, and Griffo is going for CC first.
ah,
I think. Well, he's not got his barracks down, so.
in the TVT, that's so risky. I like it.
It's a big map, I think, and Honest is going to scouting the wrong way, so. And he's putting it on low ground.
Oh my god, you can't do anything more greedy than this. I never go CC first in TVT because in the instance that the opponent does the 888 Reaper rush against me, then I mean, even just if he goes 11-11, if he goes some kind of one base all in, then I'm dead. So
yeah, I think you should just send an SCV to the third now, and instead of building that barracks, you should have built another command center.
yeah, you know, Arnis is gonna see this. He's gonna see, wow, that's a goddamn early command center.
Well, Honest is getting a Reaper, so it's going to be able to do some damage.
It's gonna be able to do a lot of damage. The time the Reaper gets here, there might be no Marines, and if he kills that one Marine that is there, then Fuifo stops building the command center to kill this SCV off. That's so cute.
You should send one of the SCVs back.
Yeah. This is excellent from Arnis. He should just pump out Reapers. Really. And he will win the game.
Getting a factory now.
No defenses. He's getting a Marine, which one-on-one he will die against the Reaper, and the Reaper will regenerate so he can kill.
Does the Reaper regenerate his health fast enough to consistently kill off just a naked barracks?
Yeah.
Producing Marines constantly.
One barracks can't defeat, just a naked barracks can't defeat. Well, he has to move away from this. You can't engage this Marine without. Oof. Oh, he has to be careful now. He might die actually. Now he can kill off the Marine, and if he does, then he's gonna be fine, which he doesn't.
As long as the SCVs are there, he can't really kill the Marine properly. And there's 2 Marines now, so.
A new Marine here coming in. The Reaper is gonna win this, unless.
He's gonna lose it.
He's gonna lose it.
It's gone.
He's delayed his command center though, and since he went for this early command center and he hasn't actually been able to use it, it's been great for Arnis to do that. He knows.
He's expanded behind it, so Fuifo he's still ahead in terms of expansions, but he's well behind in tech.
Yeah, I mean, he has nothing. He makes an engineering bay. That's the kind of tech he's got. Now Arnis is sending out a lot of Marines, but I don't see that's gonna do much at this point.
No,
this bunker is gonna finish just in time.
Yeah. He sees just about everything here.
Now he has to be quick and put those Marines in there. If he doesn't, then he might actually lose this. Come on, come on.
He has 4 Marines. Just get them in the bunker.
Get them in the bunker.
There you go. There we go.
Smart
He's
move
safe
from
now.
Arnis, not doing too much. Just poking in the front is actually pretty darn good.
Well, he's moving out with his tank, so.
You know, Arnis has more workers at this point.
Yeah. He needs to get a second gas, to be honest. At least.
Arnis?
Honest, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise he can't.
Yeah, if he wants to keep teching, he needs that, yeah.
He can't afford any add-ons. He'll need stim. He needs medevacs. So. Yeah, that tank is doing a good job here,
Yeah.
trying to kill that bunker.
It's a nice little pressure on this here. This is so tense. I'm actually on the edge of my seat here.
Well, he can just repair that.
Yeah, but then again, he's doing a lot of damage to this bunker and it's getting repaired. You know?
So it's costing him quite a lot of money.
Yeah, it
Where
has.
are these SCVs going?
I think they're gonna die. Now another second tank coming in, so that bunker has probably cost around a man center by now. No, I don't think so, but repair doesn't cost that much. Let's get this.
Another tank down here as well. Those barracks aren't rallied over there, so he has some marines in his base. So he should be able to just move his tanks up to the high ground now and.
Oh yeah. Which he is going to do now. He's trying to make some tanks of his own if we were here, but he is supply blocked.
Yeah. I think he's going to have to he's pulling SCVs now.
Yeah,
Abandon his natural.
this is why you don't go as easy versus a Terran, guys, as a Terran.
Unless you're someone like Bomber or Flash.
Yeah, they can probably pull it off. They can kill all their Reapers with one SCV. One.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's doing so much damage here. Arnist is up so many harvesters at this point.
Yeah, he's got 2 bases. Well, he should transfer some from his main to his natural. And should get.
You almost got this tank.
Yeah. I think he's focusing so much on microing at the front, he's forgetting to. He's got so many marines in his main, he just realised that they're not rallied.
Well, he continues making workers though, so that's one good thing. He has almost twice the worker supply of Fuifo here.
Fuifo is quite far ahead in terms of tech, but
yeah, at least a little bit. He has a star porch, and Arnis does not. And the drop is coming in, and there's actually.
Honest is supply blocked, and it's only just now started a supply depot.
Yeah.
So.
He's pulling all his stuff back.
Yeah.
God damn. Voice, don't fail me now. I'm not gonna die yet. Oh,
and then
nice timing from Arnis there. He couldn't be in.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
he's a tank.
Still only on 1 gas. Honest, like it's 12 minutes in, and
yeah, I think at this point he should just take all of them. But he hasn't used any of his gas, so he hasn't actually needed anymore.
He should. He still doesn't have any add-ons. He's finally now getting 2 tech labs, so he can finally get combat shield and stim.
Yeah, but honestly, he can just like, mass expand. There is nothing stopping him from just taking and building way ahead. Seeing as FIFO only has limited amount.
He's only producing from 2 barracks, and his factory's not doing anything. So
yeah, he doesn't have that much minerals, as he really has been down in workers for quite some time.
yeah. But Honest has quite a lot of minerals which he's not spending.
Yeah, he now puts up at least 2 extra refineries, and hopefully techs up this time. Might even put up some tech from those tech labs, I suppose, since he has 2.
Yeah, he needs stim and combat shields.
Yeah.
And still doesn't have. He's only just. He's getting a. Why is he getting a 3rd tech lab?
I don't know. Maybe he wants to make some marauders to tank those tank shots. Or maybe he wants to make all 3 upgrades at once.
I always thought it's better to go just marine tank in TVT.
Yeah. Because if you go a lot of Marauders and your opponent has Marines, then you're gonna lose because Marauders
Yeah.
are not good versus Marines. Cost
But
wise.
if he's tank heavy, then you can just snipe tanks quite easily.
Yeah.
So
I mean, at first, unupgraded Marines versus unupgraded Marauders, and Marauders are definitely better. One Marauder can take out two Marines that way.
mhm.
But
It's still trading gas for minerals.
exactly.
So
Arnis just has this huge army right now. I think maybe he can just go up and kill it.
he can. He's supply blocked again, and he's still not researching anything. He has tech labs. He has the engineering bay. He needs to just move out, and he could drop a scan, see that there's not too much in Fuefo's army. He only has.
Yeah, he just did
18.
actually. He just scanned it, so he saw that. Now Fuifo is moving out, which is not a very good idea.
Actually, in terms of army, they're equal on tanks, and Fuefo is ahead.
Yeah, but Arnis has the defender's advantage, and Fuifo can't. I don't think he's gonna be able to drop pretty well here. He might
He
get
still-
his third.
The problem is, Arnis doesn't have any medevacs.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't even have a starport, so. And Fuefo has stim, he has combat shields, he has
Oh
+1.
no, Arnis
Yes,
is
plus-
moving out. Now this is not what he wants to do. Now he's gonna lose his stuff, I think.
They have +1/+1.
But I had a pretty nice complicated from Arnis. He's actually just
Yeah.
having way too many units.
There's just too much.
I thought this engagement was very bad for him, which it was kind
Yeah.
of. He just had so much stuff, it was irrelevant. Yeah, now he's moving in for the kill.
Just gonna go. You should be able to get up this ramp. There's only 2 tanks here.
He's now
So-
researching Stim, which is soon done.
It's 18 minutes stim.
We hit around the 20-minute mark, which is what you want to do. 20-minute push.
It'll be the next day 9 daily, like.
Yeah.
20 minutes stim combat shield.
To a daily.
Timing push. Yeah.
There's just one tank. He doesn't even need his tanks to kill this.
You can just run up.
Yep. Oh, there are 2 tanks actually, quite spread out. But there are a lot of Marauders, so... It's being really cautious, overly
Yes.
cautious.
I think he was waiting for stim. He has to run up now because he doesn't have medevac, so.
Well, he actually doesn't have to because he's pressuring in his...
There, now.
yeah, all he does...
Well, this is it. Whole army's GG.
GG from Patrol. We're going into the 3rd game.
It's a long night.
It is pretty. It's a pretty long night actually. It's gonna be lasting around 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. And that's if this next match is short, otherwise we'll be slightly over that.
Oh, he was way ahead of me. He says Akalon. He's gonna go for 3 rats.
Is that the only build he does on that map?
Maybe. It's at least evident from this point on. Or from today.
This is our last series of the night, last match of the night even.
Yeah,
So,
can be anybody's win at this point. I think Wifo is gonna go for one base push.
as long as he doesn't go CC first, I think he's got a good
Yeah, you
chance.
wouldn't do that on this map. That would be suicide. In the bottom right corner, we have the Wifo. The Fwifo is a Terran.
And spawning in top left as the red Terran, we have Honest.
Oh yes, and they have actually now done pretty well for themselves, beating each other 1-1.
Been, I think each match has been quite one-sided,
Yeah, actually they have.
but overall the series is quite even. And no SCVs being pulled for any early barracks.
Or an
So,
SCV rush would be cool. You know, wasn't there a time when SCV rushes were really popular? I think it was in sometime in Wings of Liberty, where I just met a lot of SCV rushes. I couldn't understand why they did it because it's so easy to stop. I think it was before SCVs were nerfs, perhaps, and they were really good versus the other matchups. They had a little bit more health. Anyways, tomorrow, guys, there will be a platinum tourney. It's gonna be casted by me and Kama. We have a couple players signed up already, but you might sign up if you like at teambloodlust.net. It's gonna be at the same time tomorrow as it is today.
I might be able to get a few people to join some of the weeklies soon.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Because
Neat. Actually, that was a mixture between neat and nice.
I've just moved to university and we have a video game society.
Ah, nice.
So apparently some of them play Starcraft, so I'll encourage them to come and play some games.
Do that. One of our members, Mangs, he did kind of the same thing, or at least he's going to this school place where
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of people playing Starcraft, so he's using the chance to promote our thing. I don't think people can join because the internet there is really poor, but you can at least watch.
Yeah. Well, Honest is going for a Reaper again. I think it's his preferred opening in this matchup.
Yeah, it's following
But
up with the Marine, so it's only looking to do a scouting with it.
again, this factory is slightly out of the way. So if he gets another gas, it would be for Banshees, but
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Both of them going for the same factory timing though.
mhm. But Fueto's gone for the second gas again, which has been scouted by the Reaper.
Yeah, he sees both gases and he sees the factory, and it's going to delay that maybe.
He lost that Reaper and didn't do anything. So
Well, he did see what's up though,
yeah,
but he did the last game where he lost against it as well. So he's going double barracks behind this.
and T-Rex, and he's gonna go for siege tanks as well. So
I suppose in Gold League and below you can probably even in Platinum you can probably get off by just even if your opponent scouts your attack, like if you go for Banshee and your opponent scouts it,
yeah,
then you can still go for it because it doesn't mean you can stop it. Or
there's a big difference between knowing what your opponent's doing and being able to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. And I have that problem versus Protoss Forget at this moment. I always it's so easy for me to spot this Forget when it's happening, but I don't always stop it most of the times. I don't actually.
Yeah, Honest is already putting turrets down,
Yeah.
and that scan showed that there was turrets. So
Well,
wonder
it's
if he's
still pretty open here on the other side.
yeah.
So I really like some other builds, like what at least a lot of the Koreans, they skip all the turrets and instead they just immediately make a Raven and then a Viking,
Yeah,
or a Viking and a Raven. Depends on how your build goes.
I think you'd get a Viking first because usually they attack without cloak
Yeah, sometimes you do
first.
that, but usually you go for a Raven first if you went for a Medivac drop to begin
Yeah.
the game. So it depends on how the build goes up actually. So if you didn't go for that Medivac drop, then you will definitely go for the Viking first. Because if you went for the Medivac drop thing, then you have Marines, so you only need
Yeah.
Marines and Raven to kill that.
The first Banshee's moving out, but there's a ring of turrets now, almost completed around the base.
Yeah, this is a huge investment though. This could be
Yeah.
a command center right here. Another one.
How much are turrets? 100 or
Yeah, 100.
100 million? Yeah.
So even if this Banshee dies, it's still not cost effective. You kind of have to kill. If he kills
Oh.
2 Banshees,
He-
then it's an even trade.
He cancelled cloak, so
Ah,
it's not that big of an investment.
no. I think and then he goes for Reactor. Very smart from him. I think he saw that he has invested a lot to stop this, so well, screw
Yeah.
it. I'm just gonna let you build all that stuff and
Fuito scanned and saw there was turrets up already,
yeah.
so he just cancelled cloak and
Play more
think-
standard.
he can try to poke in a bit with Banshee, maybe pick off a Marine or something, but it shouldn't be able to do a lot. Although he is again behind with his expansion, so
This is true. But it's not too late. But then again, if you go for a one base into Banshee thing, you kind of have to do some kind of damage if you're expanding behind that.
yeah.
But then again, Arnis didn't get his expansion out quickly either, so I suppose that's fine. But he's not going for a drop.
I mean, it could work quite well because there's not that many Marines out.
No. I think he will get some SCVs before he has to move out.
Yeah. Especially if he has medevac, he has a medevac to support.
Oh yeah, and
So-
Arnis is already, he has a little bit ahead in SCVs. They're practically the same really, but
Fuito only has 12 Marines out at the moment, and he's not producing any.
now this Banshee is going in for the siege tank kill.
It's really useful to pick off siege tanks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there are 2 Ravens from Fuito, which are just
Where did the
not
medevac
attack.
drop go?
Use the Ravens to.
Oh, there it is.
That was about at least 8.
That was 11 workers right there.
workers, yeah.
Very nice. And he's dropping right on top of the tank. Screw
Yeah.
you, tank. This drop has done a lot of damage. It's gonna get even more SCVs. The SCVs might be able to clear this up, but 19 workers killed in total, and he's now almost twice the worker supply.
Yeah. 21 to 37 workers now.
Oh,
That was a.
that was a
Very
fair trade.
I wouldn't call it fair.
Oh, it
Think-
wasn't fair. Okay, it was a fair trade from Martin's side, or at least a good trade.
Yeah,
Trade
very
off the
good trade.
Banshee as well. FIFA knows he has to do something. He has the air advantage, so he can. This means he
He's-
will
he's-
also has the siege tank.
He's moving
advantage.
out, so. And
Oh, this doesn't have cloak, so that Banshee's probably gonna die to the Vikings.
Honest has Stim and +1, and Fuito has
Combat shield and
Yes,
+1/+1.
+1, but he doesn't have Stim, so. And more turrets. We're seeing more turrets here.
Exactly what you need. More turrets. Now FIFA has the Viking advantage, so
Yeah.
you can easily break this just by.
Also, he's ahead in tanks overall. Although he's got 2 at home, and Arnest also has the 3 in his main base, not actually helping at the front. So he's doing a reasonable amount. He's
He does have a Raven going down now, but
yeah.
Ravens are not very good for us in fact.
He's
Quickly's
Honest.
been a little bit too ballsy here.
Yeah, Honest is very heavily supply blocked.
Oh yeah, he had all his supplies as the wall there.
He's
right
only
there.
just now starting to rebuild them. So
Forfeit has a drop incoming as well, which is the proper choice. He knows Arnie's army is all at the front.
and then if his army moves to the into the main, he can just push up the front.
Yeah.
Pro Marine being sent to his death.
Now the Banshee is going in, but he doesn't have cloak. He's researching it as we speak. Just gonna help him a little.
There's 3 Vikings, so Banshee's not going to do a lot.
Ah, that's true. But it might do something if he gets that cloak up there.
The drops in the main now, and his tanks are actually blocking his Marines from getting up the ramp.
Both the Banshee and the Raven. This drop is already worth it.
Yeah. He's going for the SCVs now.
Gonna be able to stop this because this is a very cost-effective drop. Nothing still happens here. I had period where I tried not to use siege tanks at all in TVT because the matches tend to be really stale.
You shouldn't push up this ramp.
Nope. That's gonna
That
die pretty quickly.
you should pull back his 3 siege tanks now, otherwise.
I'm not quite sure who's gonna win still because both are throwing away a lot of figures now. Onyx is
They're quite even, I think.
yeah.
Both have
If you
+1,
manage
+1.
to expand behind this, so that helps.
Yeah. I think in the long run, Fuefu's going to get ahead as long as he holds this next push.
Yeah, and I think he will because all of these units have so low health.
Yeah.
They're practically not worth bringing.
It's just splash damage from 1 tank shot. It's going to kill them.
You might have a lot of DPS for a little bit of time, but a Marauder with 26 health, I was like, probe can almost kill that.
So, I think the best he can hope for is try and contain and then expand behind it.
Yeah.
He should lift his... Honest should lift his main command center to his 3rd.
Yeah.
Because his main is completely mined out.
Well, there's still a lot of gas, so I think he should still have it though. Just build a new one
Yeah.
there, so.
He has the minerals to expand.
Oh yeah, he can just expand like 3 times right now. Well, at least 2.
At least he should.
Before doing the only smart thing, hopefully clearing out all the rocks so he doesn't have to deal with the run by. That just because of pure luck he would have taken out. Now the Banshee from Arn is going in to do some nastiness.
Yeah, 1 scan and it's actually going to get away.
I love how a lot of players scan first and then they move their units.
Yeah. I think if he stimmed earlier, he would have got the Banshee.
Yeah. If it's just stimmed and then scanned, then just stim, remove right under and then scan.
Yeah. He's going for triple drop now.
I think maybe he wants to drop on the tanks or whatnot. Or no, it's just
It's too many Marines under there.
yeah, yeah.
So he's Honest is just going to push up now.
I'm not sure if you can break this with so many low health. Oh, yes. Yes, the spotter. And the Banshee gets blown.
He's just going to run in. There's only one tank left.
I think he's stimmed yet another time. But
I think he might just be able to break through here.
then again, if we hold this, he
There's
will
those
be ahead.
3 medevacs just outside on natural, ready to drop. But there's so many turrets everywhere.
Well, Quicklo has the amount of units he needs, and he has medevacs, so he can easily just drop on top of these tanks in one wave.
Yeah.
Just to play this out, actually. Spending all of his medevac energy on the SCVs. Quite frankly, a nice splitting going on there.
Yeah.
Gets
Command
every tank but one.
Command center's going to go down though.
Yeah.
And
Good for Arnis. And the counter drop for Faithful here, we're probably gonna see a base trade. So
although if it does get to a base trade, whoever gets more Vikings will win.
yeah.
All the SCVs at the natural being killed now. For
Both players actually.
both players, yeah.
But again, Faithful has the third base.
He does.
And he holds his ramp. Where I don't see Arnis break this anytime soon.
I think, yeah.
He's just sending up the lower health.
Swift was inside his main now tank. If he can,
I think Arnis is gonna hold this front as well, so
yeah.
this is just gonna be a longer game, really.
If Swift moves out with the squad of Marines he's got in his main third down, he should be able to make something happen because Arnis doesn't have any income right now.
Nope. He's pulling his SCVs. He wants to end this.
Or he's trying to get them to the third. They're on the way to the
That
third.
might be too, yeah. I think that's probably what it
But
was.
they're all going to get picked off now.
Aw, such a bad timing. Well, this is Free-Flow's game, I feel.
Yeah, it's
Performance. There's no
If he gets
income
his
for Arnis, and
gets his command center.
yeah.
He has the medevacs. He's going to trade much more cost efficiently with whatever Arnis wants to throw at him, and
Yeah.
yeah, he can just stim up here and take the game, really.
This is quite even. Arnis is holding this. Damn.
Yeah, but these two marauders with medevacs healing them.
Oh yeah. Micro the Marauder. But Free-Flow sends another wave, so
Yeah.
next wave he's not gonna be able to.
But there's
you know,
no
hold
income,
it.
so he can't keep up with production.
Yeah.
So this wave is just going to do it. He should just change his valley points to Honest's main.
I like how, look at our Arnis supply at this point.
5.
5. Yeah.
That's a GG.
Yeah, that Marine made it count. Free-Flow is the new Gold League champion, guys. Congratulations to him.
Yeah. That was a long game. It's 26 minutes.
Oh yeah, a lot of long games. This has been the third 2-hour weekly we've done. So
Yeah. Was this Fuifo's first time? I think
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
it was actually he hasn't been in this tournament before, so that's nice. You can I guess you can call that a royal roader. Well,
Yeah.
that was a pretty long weekly and one interesting
Was.
one as well. A lot of
Yeah.
different games actually.
Yeah, we had quite a few different builds. And yeah, it was fun.
It was. Thank you very much, Sanor, for joining me today and co-casting.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Sanoris, give him a huge hug, internet people, because he's our first member and he helped out. I think it's fair.
All those internet hugs.
All those internet hugs. Well, I got really nothing much more to say, so just check us out at teambloodlust.net, and we'll be back with Platinum Weekly tomorrow, and have fun.
Bye.